I started playing video games somewhere around 8 or 9.
As of right now, I'm playing an MMORPG.
Massively multiplayer online game where you play with thousands of other players on a ever-evolving world on a continuous server that's always on.
And you pretty much are in a world with a character that represents you and run around killing dragons, slaying little monsters.
I think a lot of people see gamers as, you know, the nerdy, introverted.
We don't go out, we don't have lives, we don't have girlfriends.
Fat, lazy, you know, pimply, don't, you know, no job, living with their parents, that kind of thing. And I don't fit the type, and I know a lot of people that don't fit that role.
You know, I've come across some hard times, you know, I try and deal with it as best I can. You know, my love life has been very rocky, I guess you could say. We met in high school. We had dated for 6, 7 years before we got married. She bought a computer to start getting into more like digital photography and whatnot. Eventually, she started playing World of Warcraft a lot. I noticed that she was talking in private messages through the game. I wasn't allowed to look at them. She eventually made a man on the side, you can say, in a video game. We got into a big fight, and it kind of came out that she was no longer interested in being with me, and that she was more interested in being with her man on the side. It just kind of rolled into the fact of, you know, he's better, I like him more than you, and I'm gonna go. My reaction was, I was kind of like puzzled, you know, like, you haven't met this person face to face. You know, like, how do you know that you have feelings for this person by just talking to them, you know, when, you know, you spent so much time with me. About a year later, we were divorced, and then maybe a year after that, she moved to go live with said person. And she lives happily ever after, I guess.
Yeah, people definitely think the way we met is unconventional. You know, I get a lot of weird reactions from people when I tell them we met on a video game.
We met on EverQuest when I was about a level 16 bard.
We ended up grouping together to hunt down some of the enemies in the game.
And after the group broke up, we went off and did our own little thing for a little while, and we just kept in contact.
You know, we found that we played around the same time, you know, time frame during the day, so.
It's nice when you meet someone online because you're not trying to impress anybody.
And then we started becoming closer friends and started talking even when we weren't grouping together.
We talked on Yahoo Messenger a little bit, and we did talk on the phone about every day.
And she eventually planned a trip to come down here for 2 weeks to meet my family and to just kind of hang out down here, because she'd never been to this part of the country.
I might add that that trip was only supposed to be a week, and I stayed for 3.
We just had that connection, and there was a spark there, and it was intensifying, I guess you could say. We actually went to an EverQuest fan fair, and I proposed to her.
Chris's mom was not thrilled about it by any means, and you know, it took me a while to understand, but you know, I had known Chris for like 4 years. She had just met me, but I knew him so well because of online, so that's one of the things that made it kind of, you know, difficult for other people.
We were married on July 7th, 2006. My kids are 4 and 1. Their names are Trent and Logan. My 4-year-old plays Xbox. We try to make it a family activity. We try to play together as much as possible. I definitely play a lot less than I used to, mainly because of my children. I don't want to be the dad that, you know, tells them to shut up and go watch TV while I play video games. You know, I like to get up and do things with them. I like to, you know, spend more family time, you know, that I would be otherwise spending playing video games.
No, I don't think my life would have been any better. Because a lot of the stuff that has happened to me, I think would have happened one way or the other. And I'd play WoW, yeah. I wouldn't have married her. There were so many like signs at the beginning. Like I said before, like it would have happened either way. Like I could have started playing softball, softball for my company's team or whatever, you know, and she could have met somebody there.